everybody. What's cracking? What's happening? What's going on? How is everybody doing? Guys, people of the sea, people of everywhere, people of the nation. Why I say things feel sticky, hear me out, guys. I'm telling you right now, I am telling you right now, this is nothing to do with it's nothing to do with any substance like whatnot. Even though it sounds like it. But in my live streams, guys, this is funny because I have to address the elephant in the room, which is when I say things that are sticky. Guys, oh my goodness, my voice. When I tell you there is a sticky situation, or when I'm telling you, or I'm saying, or I just randomly say it, that this is a sticky, it sounds sticky. That's what I mean. So, and my reference, when I reference sticky, the meaning behind a sticky situation or sticky, feeling sticky. Again, this is all gonna be about sticky situations. Hello, Huey. Why do girls always say that something feels sticky? Exactly. And I just addressed that. It's nothing to do with any substance, okay? This is a sticky situation for me, too. So, when I reference it's sticky, that means that it's complicated, that it's a lot of mixed emotions behind the certain subject. When I tell you, this is a big one for me. When I tell you love is sticky, that means love is complicated as AF. Love in general, that feeling and everything. And when I tell you, like, I reference all the time about sticky stuff because again, when I say reference sticky, that means it's complicated and it's basically like so many mixed emotions. I have, whenever I think of love, all I can think of it like it's sticky. Like I don't like it. Like I hate that feeling. I don't want that feeling. Do so a sticky situation has something involved a stick. I don't know, but I'm just referencing this because I think somebody had commented on my video like a while back why I said it's sticky. This, like, why do I say that? Because it is complicated. A lot of a lot of things are like really complicated to identify, like a feeling towards someone or something like that of that nature. Like whenever I talk about relationships, it triggers me to say a lot of sticky stuff because in a relationship you try, you can try or you give it all to be with this person. Hold on, what the heck? You be with a person and you're trying to figure them out, trying to figure out the relationship and stuff, and then things turn the tables where it's all like the person probably no longer is interested in you or likes someone else, or like again it gets sticky because when you have feelings towards someone it can get lost really fast on anything, on literally anything. Sticky from Nickelodeon. Sticky from Nickelodeon. And I don't know, like whenever you start to like someone and the person that you like doesn't like you back, that's another sticky situation. Like another complicated slash sticky situation because now you're getting into your feelings are being hurt by this person, the person that doesn't like you back. So overall, Goger's going crazy. Overall, when I say sticky, that means it's complicated. That means it like there's so many mixed emotions between it. It's almost like a reference I would constantly say throughout my live stream. So you just gotta get used to it. You just gotta get used to it. But yeah, I just wanted to address the elephant in the room. Why I say sticky a lot in my live streams, because it is sticky. But yeah, if you noticed, if you do pay attention and my live streams and the previous ones, you will see me constantly saying sticky situation, sticky, because it is. You know, and Huey's over here laughing at me because I said sticky. And again, it's not no substance. I'm talking about no substance. There's a whole bunch of like a whole bunch that I talk about, especially relationships. Relationships is just sticky, like completely, because that feeling and stuff. Also, you know, same thing with doctors. When I go to a doctor's, I just don't, it just makes me annoyed, and it gets complicated and sticky for me because I'm like, I don't like the personality of the the doctor. I don't like the atmosphere. I don't like the way he treated me. Like, I just have all these mixed emotions towards going to a doctor. Like, it's complicated too for me because I need to see a doctor sometimes. Like, my cold that I had, that was my tonsils that were all swollen up. I needed to see a doctor, but my freaking mind was so complicated. Funny you talk about sticky situations because I was just listening to Avril Lavigne. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's there's a lot of there's a lot of sticky situations, you know. But when I try to look for a doctor, I want a male doctor, kind of, and then in a way I want a female doctor. So it's all like it's just like it's sticky because I'm all like I want one or the other, but then I want one person to listen to me, but not, of course, it's not therapy. We're not going to the doctor for therapy, but at the same time, I need the doctor to listen to me completely. Like, understand where I'm coming from, understand how I got this bruise on my arm, understand why it hurts, understand how I got bitten by a spider. I was going through the woods and then running and then tripped and fell, and then all of a sudden a spider attacked me, and something that of that in nature. And so, like, a lot of these doctors, they don't even care. They're just there. Hey, okay, yeah, have you get you checked? Yep. Okay. All right. Just go ahead and get plenty of rest and blah blah blah. And so, like, ugh, bro, I know when we're sick, we need plenty of fluids, we need plenty of rest, we need plenty of water. And that's why I just get so sticky upon doctors, like, because of that reason. Like, I can't focus on anything else but that. Like, even though it's for your health, like, I still haven't found a good healthcare provider because of my mentality of wanting all these little things, and I want them to understand and just literally understand. But yeah, doctors in general for me are sticky. That's a sticky situation. Another sticky situation is friendships. I don't know the definition of a friend. Never had one. So it's all like, how does one get a friend? Like, that's a sticky situation because it's like, I don't understand. How do you have a friend? Like, because friends are supposed to be there for each other just like family. So again, that's kind of complicated. So again, it's a little sticky situation where it's all like, my feelings get in the way. Like, okay, so what's a friend supposed to do? It just, you know, I don't know. It's very sticky for me to find the definition of a friend. Because again, I never had one. So it's just like, that makes sense on my behalf. When other people have friends, they tend to have different types of friends, such as the same sex, a male and a male and a female and a female. And that's kind of complicated for me. And I'm all like, because I don't hang around with a lot of females. Never did. I only hang around with males. So it's easier for me to talk to a male than a female. So whenever I meet a female, it's a sticky situation where it's all like they're talking about hair, makeup, nails, and sometimes I meet other people's friends and I'm all like, I'm so lost. Literally, so lost. What's that's what your man might say. Yeah, well, a lot of the times, yeah. And a lot of the times, doctors do not. By the way, the sun is setting, guys. The sun is setting. Doctors do not pay attention to you. Man, the sun is setting really fast. I can't find one, honestly. I cannot find a doctor that does does not are not there for the dang paycheck. I understand they got to get the job done. I understand that, but at the same time, my goodness, we're over here stigmatism over here. At the same time, I still want them to basically come from where I'm coming from. You know, I had to quit. I had to quit my dentist. I had to quit my dentist because I almost fought my dentist. Literally. Because I was doing so fine. Like, I was doing so good whenever he was in my teeth and he was cleaning them. He was getting all the plaque. Like, I don't know. I had so much plaque. So I had to go every 3 months to get some plaque removed. And so I was fine. And then, I don't know, out of nowhere, it started triggering me where it's all like when he was in my teeth and the assistant that's supposed to be there with him and get all the saliva, get all the water out and through your mouth. So she was in my mouth and he was in my mouth and my anxiety kind of kicked in for no reason. After like 3 months and some change, I've been doing this, like probably like almost a year or so. I've been doing this. All of a sudden, my anxiety started kicking in because of two people in my mouth. And then on top of that, it's just I got a lot irritated because like he would get irritated at the lady and he was like, go this way, go that way, and he's just over here like talking to her like, go this way, go that way. And then I'm just like, oh my god, this is giving me so much anxiety that I was like, okay, I don't know what happened. Honestly, I don't know what happened, but I said I need to spit, and then he says, no, don't spit, and then I said I need to throw up. Like I was like, I was literally telling him I need to spit, I need to throw up, and because it was just my anxiety was kicking in, so it's just like, okay, yeah, this is happening, and two people in my mouth, and the one's over here drilling, and the other one's over here sucking up the water. And so after he did that, he was inside my mouth, and then I told him I need to spit, and then he's all like, he didn't let me, and I got up. As soon as I got up, the utensil, kind of hit my tooth, and then he pushed me back. He said, "Don't do that," and I was all like, I told him, he could have stopped. He could have stopped and said, go ahead and spit out whatever you need to spit out, because it's just a trigger that you have in the back of your mind saying that something's in your mouth, you need to spit it out, even though, the person on the other side is taking out the water, the spit, the saliva, and everything else. But yeah, I'm just rambling too much about that. But I had a sticky situation, and then after that, I was all like, I'm not going back to the dentist. I'm going to try to take care of my teeth from now on. And I'm going to get some utensils myself and try to work on my own teeth and get the plaque out. Like, that's how bad it was. Anxiety makes your, let's see. Yeah. But yeah, so it's just like, there's a lot of sticky situations in general where so like that's how you feel. So now my like if I was to go to another dentist, I wouldn't even know how to act. Like I wouldn't even know how to act. And I don't want to go to a dentist. I'm trying to take care of my teeth. Trying to do it the best I can. But yeah, I mean it'd be like that. And I like I said, most of the time that I reference sticky is mainly on relationships because that's the way I feel um, on that situation. Oh, what the heck is that? I don't know. I feel like there's just so much of this world that you get mixed emotions, whether it's friends, whether it's relationship, and then at work too. Like it's just like I don't know. When I go to see, this is another one too, where it's sticky. When I go to a job interview and the job interview consists of stupid questions that it's all like I just I can't like that's where it gets sticky for me because I'm like I'm just so annoyed. It's all like why do we need to answer these stupid questions, especially especially a question that has to do with basically why do you want to work for this company. I hate those. Like I that that literally ticks me off. It literally ticks me off because I'm like, well, first of all, I need the money, and why would you ask that? Like, do I? They want you to answer the best you can, so that way they'd be like, okay, they're interested in their own company's ego, and it's all like, if it's a dream job, it makes sense. But if you're applying to McDonald's and they ask you, why do you want to work for McDonald's for? And it's all like, now that's a sticky situation because it's all like it brings you to a blank. Like, because I gotta pay dang bills. That's why I wanna work at McDonald's. Like, no, you gotta say, I've always had a passion in McDonald's. Ever since I was a little kid, my passion and desire was to work here all the time, day in, day out, cook and help other kids and help other people that don't have that cannot afford a regular food, so they gotta come to McDonald's so they can get the dollar menu. Oh wait, it's not a dollar menu anymore, but so they can get a value menu. And I just love and enjoy helping people with the value menu. Like, what's your speech right there? Especially when you freaking like that's a sticky situation, you know? Why do you want to work for McDonald's, Huey? Why do you want to work for McDonald's? To get the free toys. But yeah. So, anyways, I do reference Sticky to. Let's see where else. Oh, well, I it has to do with feelings too. You know, with animals. As it gets sticky with animals for me because I'm all like, I want an animal, but then I don't want an animal because I don't like the ending. And then people are telling me, why would you look forward to the ending? I'm not looking forward to the ending. I don't want to feel that feeling at the ending. It's kind of sticky, complicated, basically. So it's all like when I see a cat and her dog, cat and her dog, cat or dog, I just think okay, well their lifespan. I automatically just assume what their lifespan's gonna be because, I mean, they only have a certain amount of lifespan, so they're only here on this earth for a little bit, which you gotta appreciate it. But it's so like, just don't. Ugh. And that's sticky for me. Like I want another animal, but then I don't know where to start. Like I have a chinchilla, and then I've always wanted a fat hamster, which is I've always wanted one, but at the same time, the fat hamster may not live like a year or two, especially being fat. It needs exercise and stuff. So it's like that's sticky because I do want a fat hamster, but then I'm like I say no because it's like their lifespan is not that long, you know. So having animals too in general is sticky. Like when Paku passed away, they're like, okay, just go get another bird. I'm like, no. Why would you go substitute for something? Like never, literally never. Ugh, that never really. I never really understand that. That's why that's sticky because I never understood that. I never understood why would you go get an animal if your dog passed away and you want to substitute it. That's totally on you, but I never understood it. Like, to have time to grieve, figure it out. Just, ugh, you know, makes no sense. But yeah, so, um, like I said, when I say the word sticky, that means complicated situation. Don't get your mind out of the gutters. Just hear me out. And then throughout this whole entire video, hear me out. I'm just kind of rambling on how and why these terms will come up every now and then on my live stream. But if you do notice it in the live streams. There's my H2O. Also, I gotta work in the morning, guys. And I might do a live stream tomorrow. I probably will, but I just wanted to touch base because I had another subject I had lined up earlier, but then I needed to address this because in the next session, in the next episode, it's gonna get sticky. There's a lot of terminologies that I'm gonna be using. Maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. Who knows? But it's already lined up. But I feel like everything in this world is complicated, and nothing is, of course, supposed to be easy. We have to figure it out ourselves. And like again, that's sticky. Whenever I see homeless people, I just get sticky because the reason being is because I have a lot of mixed emotions towards a homeless person. Now, I've already said this in my live streams so many times on how I feel about homeless people. If you haven't heard of, I literally made a whole live stream about it, but you can reference back way back in probably season 5, I believe. But yeah, Huey, are you here still? I'm still here talking about the sticky situation stuff. I gotta drink my H2O. Actually, I gotta refill my H2O. I'll be here a couple of more minutes since Huey was here. I'm gonna go refill. Oh, here's another reference. Here's another reference to sticky. Whenever you get a new manager or a store manager or an employee, mainly a manager. The reason being is when a manager leaves, well, the manager previous would know you. Oh my goodness, hold on. Would know you. But the new upcoming manager, now you gotta show your worth again. Ugh, I hate that. I always hated that. When I worked at Academy, we went through managers like crazy. And I had to show my worth. Every single one of them. Like, I can work hard. I'm dedicated for work. And it's just like, it gets annoying after so many times. I don't know why I don't know why my camera lens is stigmatism right now. It gets annoying after so many times of management coming in and out the building. It literally does. But I I hate it. Like even right now, I have a new store manager and it's just sticky because I cannot I don't want to get that close to him because his work ethics are crap, literally. And you know if you know what I mean, a sticky situation where it's all like your new manager, you thought the best that they were gonna do the best for the company. Turns out their work ethics are like crap, and ugh, that's one thing I can't stand about some employees about their work ethics. I understand, there's time to talk. You can talk at work. You can talk. You can vent to others. You can talk about your family. You can talk about your kids. You can talk about anything at work. I'm all for that. But when it comes down to work ethics, yes, they still need to be there. Oh my goodness, my voice is going out. My voice is going out because I'm talking so much. But I don't know. Work ethics is too sticky in general because you're trying to figure out, the person. I don't know. Personality too, guys, in general. Personality is sticky. Like for me, for instance, people find me sticky because they don't even know me. They're like my family. I think I said this during Christmas time. My family literally don't know what to get me for Christmas, and they end up giving me like some well a couple of years ago and this year and like several years they end up giving me like bags, lotions, uh, perfumes, and I think jewelry, and I'm all like, do y'all not know me? So I don't understand. It's all like it makes no sense on my behalf because that's where I come in, where it's all like even myself is being sticky because people don't even know what I like, and it's all like the reason why they don't know what I like because I don't spend time with them, and they just don't know me, and it's just weird and crazy to believe like your own family don't even know you. But yeah, that's a sticky situation too. Dang tonsils. Tonsils are sticky. I was actually talking to a coworker about tonsils too, and I told her my tonsils are swollen up, and then she's like, her family starts talking to her that why didn't she get her tonsils removed? And again, that's a sticky situation too because first of all, your tonsils are there to protect. They're there to protect your immune system. Why would you have them get cut off? Some of them have to because they get so swollen up. Makes sense. I could be going there soon. I don't know. But that's what tonsils are there. And I'm like, that's kind of sticky situation, sticky talk with your family. Especially her because she said that her family made fun of her for not getting her tonsils removed. Now that's crazy. But yeah, the whole world is sticky over here, guys. The whole world is sticky. That means complicated. Very complicated. Lots of mixed emotions. And I don't mind talking about the world. Like I do. I love talking about life. I love talking about the facts in life. I love talking about how I see life through my eyes and how life is. Because a lot of people, will look at you and be like, oh, you don't seem the type. And it's all like, yeah, because you don't pay attention to other people's, like, don't get me wrong, a lot of people don't know how to do this, and are against this. But I feel like Have an open mind, guys. Have an open mind. But I feel like being stereotypic is it sounds wrong, but it is key. I understand that a lot of people are into religious. That is totally on you. Nobody's rubbing it against you, blah, 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 whatever. I'm not even going to speak about it, but we do need to put our boundaries up on that. I understand there's people out there that don't agree with me, but we do need to analyze people. We do need to figure out one person. And guys, the old say, don't judge a book by its cover, just literally sometimes it does piss me off. Like literally. And I'm not saying it in a bad way, like, oh, you're such a bad person, or you don't understand the meaning of that. Sometimes, yeah, I can reference back to myself because when I worked at an auto parts store, I was in the front and I was helping males. So it does make sense. Like you're like I said, the reference still there is for me. Again, that's sticky. It's kind of sticky. The reference is still there for me. Like, don't judge a book by its cover. Because when I am in the front and they see me as a female, they're like, oh, you don't know anything about cars. You don't know anything about this and this and that. And it's all like, do you not sterilize the person in front of you? Do you not see the person doesn't wear makeup, doesn't care about their hair look too much, doesn't care about their eyebrows because they're so bushy, doesn't care about their fingernails, don't wear any jewelry at work. Like, can you just stereotype me real quick? Figure it out. And it's all like, yes, not all people have to look the same, because there's some females out there that are like that. They're feminine and they're very feminine and they still work on cars. They still do that. That's props to them. Everybody has different stuff, but it's all like, I think I still got to. It gets sticky, but you still got to stereotype people. A homeless person comes up to you. It might be a bad thing. It might be a good thing. It might not be a good thing. He might want to K you. He might just want money, or he might just want some company. Like, we need to figure that out. A person in a hoodie, same thing. When you see a certain type of breed in a hoodie, what's the first thing you feel? Like, you feel uncomfortable, you feel comfortable, you feel like they're cold, stereotype them, guys. Golly, just open up a little bit. Open up a little bit. Again, that gets sticky. So yeah, the whole purpose of this video is talking about why I say sticky. Sticky means complicated and mixed emotions. So if I reference you back to this video and I say, hey, go watch my last video that I said sticky, this is where I'm at. So from here on out, you're going to be hearing me saying the word sticky throughout the live stream. Okay? 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 So I don't want to hear nothing forward, because the last time somebody said something like, why are you saying sticky? This is why I'm saying sticky. Sticky situation, sticky, complicated. Again, that's just my reference, okay? Other people have their own reference or whatever, but this video might be pointless to you too. Just watching it based off the freaking title. I understand everybody's minds are in the gutter, yeah. So it could be clickbait for a lot of people. Be like, oh my God, you're talking about sticky. You know what else is sticky? It'd be like that, literally. You'll come up on this video and be like, well, I want to know where she says where things feel sticky and bad. I'm not talking about things feeling sticky and bad, bro. Just address that, okay? Anyways, hear me out. Hear me out. Why I say things feel sticky live stream Get your mind out of the gutters. This is not that kind of video, okay? Thank you, Huey, for being here. And yeah. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.